Hi everyone, Boone here. Welcome back to Beyond the Brick. I have had the extreme pleasure today of hanging out with Jang from JANGBRiCKS. We are here at New Jang City. We've got other videos walking you all the way through this city. But underneath the city, Jang, you've got a section here that is inspired by recommendations from your viewers, right? And this here, I think, is a particularly compelling piece. This is the Cyberpunk Death Star. What can you tell us about it?
Well, my viewers wanted this area to be a cyberpunk themed area in general. And I've literally had the Death Star, it's the most recent version, but it's not that much different from the version before. But I've had it down here just for storage, just because it's a big old thing and I need a place to put it. And it just kind of came together that, so many people like the thing and wanted me to use it someplace. Well, they wanted me to do the cyberpunk thing, so I just put the two together.
Yeah,
so I've
awesome.
Created a cyberpunk Death Star, which uses mostly the original structure. I've mostly just added to it. I haven't changed too much, but I've added in just things that seem appropriate to the new theme. So I guess I can just fortunately I've got it I just put it on the turntable just for you guys. So I can take you around the different things. This is one of the more interesting and weird looking parts. I had the super laser. What are you going to do with a super laser in a near future city that's supposed to be peaceful and everything? Well, kind of looks like a communications dish. So what would a communications dish look like in a cyberpunk world? Well, it would have hecka communications dishes on it, all kinds of different antennas that have been just added, without regulation by different people that want to have their own, their TV feeds or whatever. Now, the whole idea of having sat dishes underground, how to explain that, I don't know. I will figure it out and I'll let you know once I do. But I think it looks cool enough. And then, so up top here, underneath the Jabba's sail barge sails, up on the top, I've got a place where there's a little bit of human interaction with 3D printing type of machines. I want it to be like a specialty production facility where there's this really, really difficult work that people have to do where they, for some reason, are not able to just get it done by computers. It requires that human touch, but it's very stressful. So both of the people that are working there are very, very skilled, but very, very stressed, and they're looking into this machine and manipulating some controls to. I don't know what they're creating, I don't know what they're building, but they're doing something there, and it's very important too. And then the next level down here for the super laser controls, that's just become a communication and power relay monitoring station. So lots of different. Major communications pathways are being controlled and monitored from there. Different hubs of the net, are being kept in good working order. And then if you go over, to the next level over, or the next section over, the next slice of the pie, this has been turned from a detention block into a bank.
Okay.
So it's a very, very, very high security and very kind of scary bank, with some folks from the Tron world brought in because they just seemed appropriate for it, and mixed also a little bit with some Star Wars from different parts of I can't call it a trilogy, I guess the saga, right? The Skywalker saga is what you have to call the whole thing all together, with all the trilogies together. But yeah, I just kind of looked at the big box shape of the detention block, and it looked vault-like to me. Yeah, so I just took it from there. And you've already got the security cameras and everything. Up above is a high-stakes video game that's being played. And this gave me an opportunity to bring in some characters from different universes as well, and also some Star Wars stuff again. But different folks are playing with lots and lots of wealth on the table, literally. And what you're seeing for a screen up there is what like one person would see. So the idea is that it's projected, holographic projected, but right. Each individual would see it from their own perspective. They would see it facing towards them. So this screen right now is probably what this guy, closest to you is seeing.
Okay.
And then it's just each person would have their own view of it. And I think that's from Ultra Agents, if I'm not mistaken. Is that? I don't even remember. I think that's from Ultra Agents, the sticker on that.
Are these capes up above here?
Yeah, these are from the Lego Ninjago movie.
Yeah.
Was it General Number? I don't remember which number it was. The lady with the boba tea has some of that. I think that's used for frills for her outfit. So
That's great.
Got a bunch of those. Just wanted to have, because when you think of cyberpunk stuff, you definitely think of graffiti being around. You think of neon, and you think of canopies.
Right.
Especially in areas that are less well-to-do. You get into the lower areas of these types of cities. And down below is a power. Oh, there's a couple things down below. So that's a cyberpunk boiler room, maybe, I guess. I just had kind of boiler room in mind, and I don't know what it's supposed to do. I'm assuming it's power related, but it may also have something to do with heating and air conditioning of the place. But it's definitely a place that would be hot and sweaty and loud. But we almost skipped over something that's very important on any Death Star, cyberpunk or not, the trash compactor. And I thought, what am I going to do with a trash compactor? What if I make a trash compactor? So what I've done is I've taken the sides and just fixed them into place, and this now actually pushes in and out. So it works more like a real compactor. So there's just slides, and this also has the ability, I'm not going to do it right now because I'm at an awkward angle, but it can flip up so you can see stuff in there, you can put stuff in there, and then it only just goes straight in and out and would go all the way back. So it's literally the trash compactor for this entire structure.
That's wonderful.
And then let's see, what else do we have?
I always wondered why are all those characters, Luke, Leia, why are they so concerned about getting crushed when there's something living in there? How does that thing live in there without getting crushed?
That's a good point. Where does it go when the jaws compress? That's a really good point. I'm sure there are some websites that are dedicated to just exploring
Plenty
that
of people
question.
in the comments are going to be like, "Duh, it's
right. Dianogos actually have the ability to. They don't have a spine. They don't have a vertebra, so they're able to just go to. Okay, so this space here is the kind of main computer hub, the main computing hub of this entire block. It's kind of like a city block, and it's run by this one lady. She's kind of a crime lord type of person. She's supposed to be doing legitimate work. Yes, we call her the queen. I forget, I had an exact name for her, but she's kind of the queen of this space, and nobody messes with her. She has lots of cronies. She's very dangerous, but ultimately she's just overseeing computing power, because in any cyberpunk kind of situation, computing power is pretty important. Computing power is power. It's the ability to do things, to gain intelligence, to manage that intelligence. And so this is a very important room that's very expensive. You don't see how well guarded it is, but I guarantee it is. And it's just a place where you don't want to mess around. There are a couple of very high-level technicians that have access to it, and she's always watching. And this originally it's Palpatine's throne room, which technically isn't in a space like this, but I wanted to preserve as much of it as possible and still have an evil type figure in there. And I just changed out some of the color scheme over to the green. I really love Lego's bright green, trans bright green color, because it's almost day glow.
Right.
It's so bright, and it captures so much light, even without any specialized lighting. And then above that, I did just a little bit of the covering the Death Star thing, like a lot of people want to see Lego's Death Star fully covered. So I tried that a little bit. I don't think I did a great job, but just giving a little bit of the outside skin.
Oh, I think
and
it's
then,
good.
Oh, thank you. But the more I look at it, the more I want to redo some of it. But yeah, you're never satisfied with your own work. But this is just a projection. I tried a bunch of different things to project out into the air from there, but I just wanted to have something skywriting kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think that's so cool. From the other side, I could see the cyber projected up there, but I didn't see you're using sort of the retro space gun kind of thing as projectors.
Right.
and you've got the exact same colors,
Colors,
in
yeah.
there. That's such a great effect.
For
You've done
the
a good job
emitters.
there.
And then down below in this same quadrant is just an aerial, like an acrobatics dance show. It's just an entertainment spot. So you got some very eclectic looking individuals who are very athletic, that are just going on the ropes, and there'll probably be all sorts of lights and some very loud music with some very deep bass, and folks from all around the block have come together to watch. I don't know if there's admittance to this. Like, I don't see anybody with tickets. I don't see any barriers or anything keeping people from getting in there. So it might just be kind of a community funded thing. But I just I had this open space. Some stuff hangs down from above, and just took inspiration from what was already there.
Yeah, that's great.
And then the final quadrant of it, I guess we can see the entire thing there. Where do we want to start? You want to start up top on this? Just another part of the workshop. This is probably part of the same business that is involved with what we saw on the other side with the very nervous people that were working on the 3D printers. But this is just a more casual area of it, more dirty work. And this is the droid workshop on this, so that's where all that came from. There's some different colors of droid arms that are up there, and some of the original tools are still used here from the original set. And I tried to put in some just pieces from different eras, with different looks. And sticking with the whole cyberpunk look, I went with different types of railings and barriers, and keeping it weird,
Yeah, this is cool.
And then
I'm excited to hear about this next part, because I see a minifigure hiding inside that little pod, and I can't wait to hear what we got going on here.
Right. So that is in this universe as well. It is still a I don't know if it's actually a robot in this world, or if it's just an augmented biological life form, but this person, or this individual, is just basically air traffic control for this hangar, and it's a drone hangar. So this is the place where the drones go when they're done making their rounds, doing whatever they're doing, collecting intelligence, delivering things to different places. There's like the idea of a drone airport in this version, or this vision of future. So the drones right now are all just coming in, like the arrows are pointing in one direction, and it's probably just because it's time for it to be used for receiving. But when they're being launched, then the arrows would be facing the other direction, and they just fly in, and they come over to an area where they would go down through the elevator shaft. But of course they're able to fly on their own, so they're just doing their own pathfinding, and then they go down to the drone kind of parking area, drone storage area. So there are racks down there of drones that are off, and there's also a little kind of a robot crane, which is from this set.
Nice.
I wanted to use that somewhere, so it just helps with racking them up, because they're not very good at. It's a very tight space in there, so the drones themselves are not very good at taking off in that space. They risk blade strikes. So there's a robot arm that picks them up, puts them onto the platform, and then when it's time for them to take off, they just go on their own.
That's great.
That area continues over to the next area down below that we hadn't seen beneath the communications area. So it's just more extension of the same thing. And the inspiration for the shelves there was just like Home Depot. They have their huge racks. It's just
big metal rack.
Exactly. So I just kind of thought of that sort of look.
I love how you've depicted the difference between the drone rotors that are in motion and the ones that are sitting still.
Yeah.
With the transparent sort of dishes there.
Yeah.
And then just those little kind of 3-prong bars.
Yeah, little pneumatic tees.
Yeah, that's great. Good job.
Thank you. Yeah, this is a really fun project, and I don't get enough time to work on custom stuff. And amongst the custom things that I work on, I personally tend to put more focus on what's above the table. But this whole theme is so different, and I'm so glad that viewers picked it for me because it's completely outside of what I normally do, but I love that kind of stuff. Like I love Blade Runner and that kind of architecture. We've got a major cyberpunk video game that's coming up pretty soon that a lot of people are looking forward to. So I look forward to putting more time into this space and doing more projects like the Death Star and more conversions.
Well, that's really great. I'm really glad that we took the time to see every part of this
Right on.
Cyberpunk Death Star. Thank you very much,
you.
Jang.